For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Scott McKenzie, founder of home care agency Blueprint. And if you're coming back, welcome back, and it's always good to have you here. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to start a licensed, non-medical home care agency in Utah, step by step, with real costs, licensing timelines, office space requirements, and sacred insights that most people will never tell you. If you're a nurse, caregiver, or someone who feels called to start something that actually matters, to break free from burnout and create a life of purpose, profit, and peace, this video is for you. Let's begin with why Utah is such a powerful place to start. Utah has one of the fastest growing senior populations in the country. By 2030, 1 out of every 5 residents will be over 65. And here's the truth. Most families don't want to place their loved ones in facilities. They want care delivered at home, where it's safe, familiar, and filled with dignity. That's where your agency becomes a sacred solution. In Utah, you're required to obtain a non-medical home-based care license, often categorized under personal care agencies and regulated by the Utah Department of Health and Human Services. Here's what you'll need to officially open your doors. File a notice of intent to operate. Then, complete and submit your full license application, appoint a qualified administrator, pass fingerprint-based background checks, prepare for a scheduled site survey, submit a full policy and procedure set and caregiver files. Now let's talk about the financial piece. Here's a clear breakdown of what it actually costs to get licensed in Utah. New provider application fee, $747.50. Initial license fee, $260. On-site survey fee, $500. Fingerprint and background checks, approximately $100 per person. Your total estimated licensing cost, $1,607.50. This is the foundational investment required to legally operate your home care agency in Utah and begin serving families with professionalism, integrity, and compassion. Now, how long does it take? The average timeline from start to license approval in Utah is around 4 to 8 weeks, assuming you're moving with clarity. Here's what that looks like. 1 to 2 weeks to complete the application and gather documents, 1 to 2 weeks for background check clearance, 2 to 3 weeks to schedule and pass your on-site survey, 1 additional week for official license issuance. At Home Care Agency Blueprint, my clients often cut that timeline in half because we prepare every policy, checklist, and staff credentialing tool in advance. Next up, the most asked question: can I work from home or do I need an office? The answer is yes. Utah does allow you to operate from a home office as long as your space is clean, organized, secure, and survey ready. But let me offer you a deeper perspective. Even if it's just a small executive suite, having a professional business space dramatically upgrades the energy and credibility of your agency. It creates separation from your personal life, anchors your leadership identity, and gives state surveyors, referral sources, and staff a sense that you're not just in business, you are the business. Many executive office spaces in Utah range from $300 to $600 per month. In exchange, you get a mailing address, reception services, and a super professional environment to hold your vision. Let's talk staffing. You're required to have an administrator who is at least 21 years old, passes background checks, and is capable of managing day-to-day operations. You'll also need caregiver records that include completed background checks, annual TB testing, required training on elder abuse, emergency response, confidentiality, up-to-date employment forms, and signed job descriptions. And if this sounds overwhelming, don't worry. We've built every template and checklist you need inside our CHCE Accelerator and Blueprint Ops platform. You won't be doing this alone. Once your application is submitted, the Utah Department of Health will schedule your site survey, an in-person visit to your agency space. Here's what they'll be looking for: a clean, professional environment, lockable cabinet for client files, completed staff and client forms, policy and procedure manual, emergency plan, and training documents. This survey is often the final step before your license is issued. And here's the golden key. Being organized and prepared can be the difference between approval and delay. Now, once you're licensed, you're ready to launch. You'll onboard your first client, hire your first few caregivers, set your prices, build a referral network, and finally feel what it's like to be in full alignment, living in your purpose, creating real impact, and generating conscious income. But this is also where many people stall. They get licensed, but don't know how to market, lead, or grow. That's why we created Home Care Agency Blueprint, so that every soul-led entrepreneur has not just a license, but a launch plan, a system, and a mentor to guide the way. Before I close, let me leave you with a few golden nuggets I've learned from helping over 500 agency owners across the U.S. Don't wing your paperwork. Utah's licensing department is precise. If even one piece is missing, it can set you back weeks. Create your brand from your soul. Your agency's name, logo, and message should reflect who you truly are and the kind of care you want to bring into the world. Think bigger than survival. You're not just starting a business, you're creating a vessel for legacy, financial liberation, and healing, not just for your clients, but for yourself. You were not put here to trade time for dollars. You were put here to lead with love, and be abundantly supported for doing so. So if you're feeling the call, if something in you knows this is your next aligned step, I invite you to book a free clarity call with me or my team. The link is below. There's no pressure, just presence. We'll explore where you are, what's holding you back, and how we can walk beside you to launch your agency from a place of structure, strategy, and spiritual power. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dreaming. And thank you for showing up as a light in the world. I'm Scott McKenzie. I believe in you. And your future clients are waiting for the version of you that says yes.